probably just shoot down. Does motor go to Washington?
Motor goes to Washington.
Does it?
Then I'm gonna hit
Then
that
it stops.
traffic, yeah. Maybe I'll just shoot over to Palm to the
You
freeway.
go to, you go down to Sepulveda,
And then shoot
then
down.
go down Sepulveda.
Great, I'll do that. That's just a few minutes, right, because I gotta...
Like 10.
Talk really, really fast.
Be
Okay, quick,
there.
tell me about Baywatch.
Baywatch is a story about a group of homosexual lifeguards who go down on blowfish. It's very painful.
No way, dude.
So what else are you doing today?
Buy it in the video store. Whoa. What else am I doing today? Going back and getting ready for a satellite feed on Monday with Don Galloway's.
Oh, great.
I'm gonna try to get some sleep.
Tell him I said hello.
Do you know Don?
Sure. I know his brother Perignon.
Don't worry, Mike.
You know his brother?
Perignon. So, are you sleepy? Why?
Guess I got up at 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, fluffing and folding.
What time did you get up? Oh, we need to bring right the satellite.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, great. Okay.
Good night to the satellite. Good night, Pam. Good night, Taylor Ann.
It's too late.
It's too late.
Too late.
It's too late.
Ready,
You
rolling.
already said good night.
Okay, he's
Everyone.
rolling.
Okay, great. What are we talking about?
Okay.
What are we here for? Who are you? Anyway.
My name, Jose Manes.
You have an old show, but it's kind of a new show. Baywatch is back.
Right.
There must be a story behind that. You were on the network and now you're syndicated. How did the transition come about?
It actually started with a phone call from ITV, who was our distributor in Britain, who said, "This show is at 50 share. How can you take it off the air?" And we said, well, it's been canceled by the network and we really have no choice. And they said, well, we would love to invest in it. We went, So I got a call from Greg Bonan, who is the executive producer, creator of the original original Baywatch. And I said, I think I can bring in some money from Germany because of the strength of Knight Rider and my music career, which is pretty successful there. And so we realized that suddenly we had maybe $500,000 an episode raised, and then we decided let's hit the United States, and we went through LBS and All American Television, and we raised another $500,000 per episode. Now we are on first-run syndication with brand new Baywatches running on the local channels, which is very new and very exciting.
Same name, same lead actor, David Hasselhoff, but a slightly different attitude on the show, would you say?
Hopefully. It's a little bit of a battle at this point. Last year it became Crime of the Week. It was Murder at Malibu, and I don't know, Baywatch. We were writing shows around promos. Now I'm trying to keep the action on the show with emphasis on action, not violence. We're not going to kill anybody. We're going to save lives, not take lives. We're going to do shows about the environment, the pollution that's being dumped into the Santa Monica Bay, the homeless situation, but do it on a heartwarming type basis about a little girl seen through the eyes of my brother, a little girl who's homeless seen through the eyes of my son, who's played by Jeremy Jackson. We're doing shows about the animals who are washing up on shore from the pollution. We're actually releasing a sea lion in our first episode, a real sea lion who really had problems with the pollution, and they nursed him back to life. And we're also keeping the show entertaining. It's not going to be Hillsea Blues at the beach, which I kind of wanted it to be, but we really feel that there's an audience out there who just wants to be entertained, who want to see good-looking guys and good-looking girls at the beach and sit down to watch a show and touch their heartstrings as well as make them happy.
Kind of like a beach party with a conscience.
Beach party with a conscience. I'm trying to get away from the beach. We have one show about a beach party, but I'm really trying to emphasize that these guys are real-life heroes more than anything. I've met a lot of them. I've seen them give CPR to children. I've seen what they do, it's pretty amazing and pretty righteous stuff.
When you first got involved with the show, or even now, did you or do you spend any time with the real lifeguards day to day, seeing how they operate?
I did in the very beginning, got involved with them and talked about CPR and really just picked their brains for stories. I mean, they had great stories. One guy said I had 60 kids, lost children at his lifeguard tower on Independence Day. And he said, well, I'm trying to find the parents of these 60 kids. I pulled out 59 people in one day out of the surf making preventions and rescues. Our headquarters for Baywatch is actually at the real lifeguard headquarters. We just built an extra wing where we film, so we're actually on the set every day with the lifeguards experiencing everything that they experience. And the fact that, excuse me, the fact that we wear red lifeguard jackets is not been uncommon, where people have actually come up to us for help in a situation, whether it be a dispute between some rowdy surfers or somebody who's out of his mind on alcohol or drugs, which happens at the beach, or homeless people who live in the towers. We've experienced it on a first-hand basis quite often.
Would you know how to do CPR if you had to do a rescue?
I would know how to do CPR, yeah. That's one of the first things that I learned. Not nearly as good as these guys, but I have a 15-month-old baby girl, and the first thing that I wanted to learn was how to save her, because most kids, a lot of drowning with little children. You know, it's really important that people put stuff around their pools. That was one of my first big investments, was putting a fence around the pool. You cannot believe how many children are lost in pools each year.
Too many. You play Dad on the show, and when you were first playing Dad on the show, you didn't have that real-life experience, did you? But now you do.
Right.
How long have you been a real dad?
I've been a dad for 15 months, but I've had a great association with children around the world since Knight Rider. I've seen, I work with terminal children through the Starlight Foundation and the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I got the award as a person who granted more wishes than anybody in the world last year. I've been to hospitals in 20 countries, and I've seen children who are dying from leukemia, amongst other diseases, and I've had some really intimate, incredible spiritual relationships with children, so I don't feel very new to being a father to my child or to this boy on the set. In fact, I've got stories that I hope that no father really ever has to go through. But that's the power of Knight Rider, being one man can make a difference, and the power of Baywatch, just one man can make a difference. People can make a difference in other people's lives.
It's nice when you use that for a positive advantage.
It's nice that it was given to me, you know. It was a gift from, it was a reaffirmation as to why the hell I'm here, you know. I mean, aren't there days when you wake up and go, what is this all about? Is it all just a studio, a camera, Baywatch, dealing with press? But when a parent calls and says, my son is in a coma, he's been hit by a car, he was wearing a Knight Rider jacket and was writing a Knight Rider story, can you come in and hold his hand and talk to him, because maybe the darkness won't feel so dark? Then you realize that maybe that's the reason I'm here. Maybe that is one good thing that when I die, I will say that was my one accomplishment in life, is working with these kids.
That's wonderful. I feel like all the rest of my questions are irrelevant now.
They're not. Let's talk about Baywatch.
Where were we? You built yourself quite a career, not only in television, but in music in Europe. And a lot of people who watch you on television here might be surprised to know that you're another Elvis when you go to Europe. Is that a strange transition to make from the TV guy in the States, and then you go over there and people know you as something else as well?
Well, over there it's like that movie Hard Day's Night. I've got like 100 kids who hang out, and I mean 100 kids who hang out in the same hotels everywhere I go. I mean, you know what it's like every morning going down to the lobby and seeing these same fans going. It's amazingly, incredibly positive rock and roll, though. They don't throw beer bottles, they don't get drunk, they don't get crazy. They throw baby bottles, they throw clothes from my daughter, they throw teddy bears, they throw flowers. I did a show in Germany 3 weeks ago where Cher was on the show, and Siegfried and Roy was on the show, and the Gypsy Kings were on the show, and at the end, at the finale, the entire audience rushed out of the audience and went to me. And I looked over and like they're all looking at me like, who the hell is this? And I'm going, well, I got one country that I'm the star in. It's so much fun and so exciting. I'm going out on tour in November. I'm already halfway sold out, and I'm playing the largest halls in Europe, and I've got 33 dates. New Kids on the Block, they've got 9. I have 33. So, you know, in one country in the world, I'm at the top. I'm hoping to expand it to America through Baywatch. I'm singing the end titles with a really terrific, hot rock and roll song that is a whole new direction for me, and hopefully will bring awareness to me as a singer in the States. And if that happens, great. If it doesn't, so what? You know, I've got all these other countries. I mean, how much can you do? I need a break. You know, I'm a father, I'm a producer, I'm a singer, I'm an actor, you know, so there's not, you know, you know, how much do you want, you know? As long as there's an audience somewhere in the world, I don't care what language they speak, as long as I get that one love connection, Chuck Woolery, get that one connection, then it's great.
Great. Baywatch is also in all of these nations as well. What is it, in 72 countries?
Baywatch now is in over 45 countries.
Night Rider.
Will be Night Riders in 82, but we'll get to those other 40.
Great. Well, I think that's about it for me. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about that we didn't get to?
Nope. I think that's it.
That's it. You're
Okay.
off.
I'm out of here.
You can go do your
Gonna
next
go jump in the ocean?
job for the day. Do you have to jump in again today?
No, thank God. And I found this fantastic new song. It is so great that I said, don't let Rick Astley get this picture of Michael. I know these guys.
Really?
You know, yeah. And if they get it, I'll die, so I bought it last